Hi guys, it's me again. I'm just going to do another video. Topic today is 5 things that I do every day to heal autoimmune issues. If you haven't watched my other videos, I'm currently healing scleroderma as well as celiac disease and asthma myself without medication and alternative methods in the sense of diet, fasting, lots of different ways. Anyways, so number one thing I do every single day, I drink lemon water. Okay. I literally just went to the dollar store, bought one of those little hand juicer plastic things, and thankfully it fits on top of one of my NutriBullet cups. And I take a whole lemon, cut it in half, juice it, pour it into a mason jar, fill it full of water, and drink it. Depending on the day, I might have 1 full large mason jar full. I might have 2. I might have another lemon in with a smoothie. I love lemon. I actually crave it. Lemon is super detoxifying. It's detoxifying for your liver. It helps curb your appetite. It is an astringent. It is very, very good for you and something I highly recommend. So it has to be fresh lemon, organic if you can't afford it. But none of those little squeezy real-time lemon or whatever they're called. You know, the little squeezy ones you can get in like grocery stores. Not them. Has to be fresh. Lemons are pretty decent priced. I live in Canada, so sometimes in the winter they can be expensive, but to me it's medicine. So I'm like, if I was going to spend $25 or $30 on a container of medication, but I'm complaining that a bag of lemons is $5, what's my problem? So to me, food is important to me. In I am 40, turned 40 this year, and my priorities have changed. The things I used to spend money on and feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we spent that much money on food. No, that has completely shifted. Food is important, and the amount and what we're eating is important as well. So lemons, top thing that I do every day. Best to do it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. If you can warm it with a little bit of water, I like it room temperature. So I leave it out on my countertop, or when I go to work, I just throw it in a mason jar, put a lid on it, throw it in my lunch bag, and bring it with me and leave it on my desk, and I drink it all throughout the day. Number 2, I have my list, and people are going to think I'm crazy when I say this, but I did do 2 months of Gerson Therapy, and if you don't know what that is, you can just Google it, Gerson Therapy, and there's a website. You can watch videos on YouTube as well about that. And what it is it's a nutritional therapy where you do so many actual vegetable / fruit juices where you're juicing them each day. You are taking certain supplements, and you're also doing coffee enemas every single day. And as soon as I say coffee enemas, people go, yeah, you're crazy. What are you talking about? I'm here to tell you, honest to God, I don't think I would seriously still be here if I hadn't done the Gerson Therapy and stumbled upon the coffee enemas. I will put a link below there's an actual biological basis for coffee enemas and Max Gerson's theory on what they do for the body. No, it doesn't stop you from having to go yourself. That has not been my experience at all. In fact, it actually makes me feel better. Like if I wake up and I feel so inflamed, or it just can't, the brain fog, it helps with the brain fog. It helps with my energy levels. It helps me feel like I've gotten rid of stuff in my body that needed to get rid of. And a lot of the healing that you're going to be doing with autoimmune is gut related, colon related, bowel related. Everything that's going on with autoimmune is linked to your gut. So your gut and health needs to be top priority as to how you're going to heal this. I'm not going to go into how to do a coffee enema. Maybe that'll be another video. But I'll let you do the research on your own. Again, I'll put the link below. You can do some reading on your own. It's very scientific. But truthfully one of the most important things in my day. Number 3, and this I struggle with, but I'm loving the benefits of it, is an Epsom salt bath. The problem is I'm very tall. I am like 5'10", 5'11", and our tub is not long enough for me. I feel like a beached whale most days because I'm either my legs are in or my chest is in and my legs are out. Why don't they make tubs longer? Anyways, I enjoy having a really hot bath with a whole bunch of Epsom salts in it and just soaking for 15 to 20 minutes until I feel like the water isn't burning hot anymore. I really like it hot. You may not. I do. And I've been, because I've just recently in the last 6 weeks detoxed off of, and I'm still detoxing every day. Let's not be joking about that. Off of prednisone. I was using it for 14 years for my joint pain with my scleroderma and my autoimmune issues. And through fasting, which I'm going to talk about next, I was able to do that. But the Epsom salts have really helped with those aches and pains. And my joint pain primarily is in my feet and in my hands. But since coming off of prednisone, weird things have been happening. Like I feel like I somehow have become left-handed and thrown a ball really hard in my shoulder. It feels like it's ripped, like it's something's ripped in there. And that's since the prednisone. I can hardly lift it when I'm sleeping. My hips feel like they're sore, but I feel like they're gonna pop out. Don't know if that's normal. And just sort of like this malaise, right? Just kind of like an achy, some days I have energy, some days I don't have any energy. Just really difficult to get through the day, but the Epsom salts at the end of the day have been really helping. So, my tip for you too is to get just the plain Epsom salts, not the scented or this smell and that smell. And then add your own essential oils to it. My go-to is lavender. I love lavender. It's one of my favorite. Maybe I'll do an oil show as well. And frankincense is my other go-to oil. Frank and I are like best buddies. We'll talk about that maybe another day. But Epsom salts baths for sure at night, just to wind down, relax, but also to alleviate some of the joint pain that I've been having and to detox. Like an Epsom salt bath is a detoxifying bath, making sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day as well. Okay. Number 4 is fasting of some way, shape, or form. So in my previous video, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. I talked about dry fasting. I was doing intermittent fasting for about 6 months prior to trying dry fasting. And I still do intermittent fasting. So the days that I'm not doing my dry fast or water fast, I am still intermittent fasting. So I try to close my window for my eating at 6 o'clock at night. I try not to eat beyond 6. My kids get home and they're off the bus about 4 o'clock. We usually eat dinner between 4 and 5 as a rule because my son is into sports and stuff. So we eat as a family and then disperse. And then I try not to eat beyond 6 o'clock. I'm finding, and I know if you have scleroderma, if I'm laying down and I have had something to eat, it's in my throat. It's not in my stomach. It's working its way up. That becomes very uncomfortable to sleep. And that just is a no-no for me. Plus, when I'm sleeping, I want my body to be detoxifying itself. I don't want it to be digesting because that takes way too much energy. And then I wake up in the morning and I feel crummy. So I stop eating at 6. My youngest goes to bed about 8:30 by the time I get out of her room. So I'm usually in a bed about between 9 and 10 and asleep. Like sleep is key. We're going to talk about that too. So getting to sleep. If you have autoimmune issues, you need to be sleeping. And I know that's, really hard to say because I've been there when you can't sleep because everything hurts. You roll over or you just feel like you have like things crawling through you, like the restless leg syndrome type deal, but all over your body. I get it. I've been there. My tip for that, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but is valerian tea. You can get it in any health food store. And I find that if I just really want to have a good night's sleep and I just have not been feeling myself or well myself, I take a valerian tea before I go bed. Now, it has a really weird taste. I'm just going to give you a little tip on that, but it really helps. What I usually do is I make it, I lay in bed and I drink it as I'm laying in bed, just kind of relaxing before I go to sleep. And then by the time I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm ready to sleep. Yeah, it helps a lot. But anyways, the fasting. So I'm trying to do as much as I can, at least one 24-hour or one 48-hour dry fast per week, and then intermittent fasting from then on in. And I've been playing with the 1 meal a day thing, but I can't really get that down just yet. With my work schedule, it's really hard because when I'm talking in front of students, I really don't want to be passing out in front of them. Not to say that I would, but you just need a lot of energy to be on all the time as a teacher. And so I've been trying to do my fast sort of on the weekends and then doing my intermittent fasting during the week. Coming this summer, I am hoping to just, July 1st weekend, celebrate Canada Day and then start a long fast. I want to do as long as I can go because I won't have anywhere to really be other than by the pool with my kids. So, long story short, intermittent fasting, and I talked about the benefits of that. Again, you're shutting down any kind of fasting. You're shutting down your digestion so that your body can go and clean house. When you're doing dry fasting, you're not eating or drinking anything until your fast is complete. And that is more beneficial. They say 1 day of dry fasting equals 3 days of water fasting. And I feel incredibly great after I've done a dry fast because I have that new flush of new cells that, the old cells are gone, the new cells are in, and it's this ebb and flow of me detoxifying myself and finding the equilibrium within my body as well. So every single day I'm fasting in some way, shape, or form. So the intermittent fasting, if I finish dinner, like I was saying before, between 4 and 5, and then maybe I have some drinks or whatever, and then drinks of water. And then I finish at 6, so that's my window of I don't eat anymore. I don't eat. I've been trying to get till noon the next day. So before it was 10:30 because that's when my break is at work, and now I'm trying to get at least till lunchtime, and eventually I would like to get down to maybe just 1 meal a day for a little while, or some really long dry fast to get this kicked out of my system. The last thing, and I'm not going to talk too long about it, but is positive affirmations each day. If I go for a walk, I try to repeat things to myself like I live a life of abundance. I am healing. I am healed. Because the more that, if you look up epigenetics, if you talk to yourself in a positive manner and you love yourself and you're not being degrading to yourself, your body will listen. Your cells are listening. You can talk to any part of your body. And like I said before, if I'm doing my fasting, in my other videos, I mentioned this, that, I talk to my body and I say, hey, this is what we're doing. And I'm allowing you to do your job. I'm allowing you to go and clean house. Please, you're the expert. I'm not, right? Please go and clean house. Please make us healthy. And when I feel that maybe we need to quit the fast, then I will out of love for you. And then we'll do it again. And it's no big deal. We'll get as far as we can and we work on it the next day. So, positive affirmations every single day, saying positive things to myself, doing positive things for other people. We need more love in the world. We need more kindness in the world. We need our kids to be more aware of the foods that they're eating. We need our kids to be aware of the words that they're saying and the way that they're treating themselves and others. And I think this is part of why I got into health coaching, is that I see the next generation and I see women around me floundering. They don't know where to go. They can't lose weight. They're sick. They're exhausted. They got chronic fatigue, whatever. And I feel like sometimes when I talk to them, they look at me like I've got 10 heads, and that's fine. Maybe I'm not the normal person that you would talk to about health, but I've been down that road and I'm bringing myself back. and I have a lot to share. And that's why I started this YouTube video or channel, because I thought, you know what, if there's one person out there that has scleroderma that's floundering like I was, and no one helped me, the doctor just called and said, yeah, you have celiac disease, don't eat gluten, and you got scleroderma, but there's nothing for you. Thanks. Good. That's really helpful. So I've spent, devoted almost 2.5 years of my life to A, fixing myself, B, teaching my children what I know, so that when I'm not here 50 years down the road, they have knowledge that they can pass on to their children. I don't want them to be sick like me. I don't want them to have what I had. I don't want them to be putting food in their mouth without knowing A, where it came from, and B, what's in it. I want them to do it. My 4-year-old asks questions. My 4-year-old knows what's in things. I want that. And we need to spread love, and we need to just love each other and move forward together, because if we don't, I'm afraid that, big pharma is really going to be out there for us, and people are like sheeples. They're just following what's been on the TV, what's on the radio, what they're told, without actually researching it and looking into it themselves. Is this what they feel comfortable about? Right? So anyways, I thought I would come on today and talk to you about those 5 things that I do every single day to heal. And I hope there was something in this that was helpful to you. And maybe, maybe down the way, I can talk to you too. Have a fantastic day. Love and light.